Hello, is there anybody there? Hello. Hi Tonka. Just wait for a few more people to join. Hello. Give me a hi if you're watching. Let's see how many of you we've got online and we can make a start. Hi Debbie. Okay, so hi Angela. So what we're going to be doing today is swatching out some brand new Coliro PearlColor paints because I ordered a ton of them and they've just come today and I'm really excited to swatch them out and see what they look like. So a few videos ago I swatched the ocean colours that I got sent to me by one of you very lovely subscribers, and the palette that I had originally was this one here that was sent to me for review by Finitech. And these were the colours that I was sent. And then today I have got through a custom palette that I've created myself. So I ordered these all individually and ordered the box as well and put them all in myself. And then I ordered their pre-made gold and silver palette. So I'm going to be swatching out these first and foremost. I know that on a previous video we did already swatch out the ocean, but for some reason I must have ripped out or lost the paper that we swatched it out on. So anyways, let's begin with the custom palette that I made and put together. Now the ones that I chose are the Fiji, which looks absolutely beautiful online. Hi Lo. The unicorn and the mermaid, because of course, the deep purple, rose gold and the stardust, because I really wanted to see how this one looked. It looked very different to all of the other paints that I've seen from this range. Hi Corinne. So I wanted to see how they were going to look. So what we're going to do is we're just going to swatch them all out. So I've got my aqua brush here. I'm going to drop a few droplets of water onto each paint just to get them a bit juicy, a bit wet, a bit ready for us to use them. Hi Suze! So for anybody who's joining, I have got loads more Coliro PearlColors to swatch out today, and these are the first ones I'm going to be doing. So please can you just ignore all of these coloured pencils and pens at the top of the screen here. That's for a different video. There's a little quick look at what we're going to be doing on the video, something to do with blues. Okay, so I'm going to get a pen and label this. So the first one we're going to look at is the beautiful Fiji. And let's have a look. So this is the gorgeous exotic green colour. So just mixing this around a little bit, getting a nice thick layer. Hi CB! And painting this on. So I will be showing you them all at the end underneath the light properly so you can see the beautiful shine that these paints have. Hi Robin, no worries, I hope you're well. So just doing a really nice thick layer of that Fiji. And the thing about these PearlColor paints is that they look completely different out of light than they do in the light. So obviously if I bring this up and show you, it's still a bit wet at the moment, but you can see there's a difference. Now when that's dried, it will look even shinier. It's a bit like the stickles. You have to wait for them to dry before you can see the true glittery shiny effect. So we'll move on to the next colour, which is the beautiful Unicorn. And I think the Unicorn and the Mermaid are two colours that shine very differently in light or on black and white than they do out of the light, if that makes sense. So I think on one white piece of paper they're one colour, and on a black piece of paper they're another colour. You have the full set. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I absolutely adore these paints. Hi Gillian. So this next one, as I say, is the Unicorn. And this, in the kind of normal light, looks very pink, very peachy pink, and then in the light itself, in direct light, it has a beautiful gold tone to it, but a kind of a rosy gold tone. So this, I'm just going to label this Unicorn. Again, I will be showing you this when they're dry afterwards, so you can see the beautiful effect that they give when they're dry. So next up is the Mermaid. Again, this is one that has a completely different look on black and white paper. I should actually get some black paper out so we can see what they're like. So Mermaid, this has a beautiful green tinge to it. Hi Kimberly. Absolutely stunning. So again, out of the light it looks pink, and then you look in the light and it's green. Okay, and the next colour that I chose on this custom palette is the deep purple. So I didn't actually have much of a purple before. I've got the lavender, but that's very, very light, so I really wanted a proper rich royal purple. So we'll see how this goes. Just let me label that Mermaid. These paints, Corinne, are on the premium side of the of your finances, which is a very sort of posh way of saying they're expensive. Let me think how much. I think they're about £2 to £3 each pan, each little colour. I'll have to check. I can't remember. I've got the worst memory. But yes, they are quite expensive. I think the gold set of 6 that I got was 20 something pounds, and that's a set of 6, so yes, they are very expensive, but I think that's because they are definitely the best, most shiniest, sparkliest, shimmeriest paints ever. They contain all of this really tiny mica particles that just creates the most brilliant shine. Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Debbie. I do hope that you get to try them very soon because they are beautiful, beautiful to use. Hi, Cassie. Okay, so we'll just label that one, deep purple. The next colour that I chose in my custom palette is the rose gold. So I'm just getting all of this purple off by just swizzling it on my hand. So that we can go into the rose gold, because that's a really light colour. Okay, here we go. So rose gold. Rose gold is one of those on-trend colours, isn't it? For about the last year or so, everything's been rose gold. And I absolutely adore it. I hope it doesn't go out of fashion too soon because it's beautiful. So here is the gorgeous rose gold. So I'm laying these on really thickly so that we can see the opacity of them as well. But you can use them as a very thin watercolour wash. It just doesn't show up the colour as well. So I like to use them quite thickly with not much water. That is the rose gold. So what's everyone been up to since I last spoke? I know I've not been on much, but I have had the most busiest period of time this past week sorting out this caravan that we've bought. Because it was full of dog hair. I think I mentioned it on the last video, and I have spent many hours hoovering, steam cleaning, and all sorts of things just to try and get all of that dog hair out, and I believe I've got it out. And now I'm actually pinning throws onto the cushions themselves so that they are covered and they look a little bit better. Now, just as I'm going through this Stardust, it feels very thick and lumpy, not like the other colours, but I believe this is a different kind of colour. I don't know if it's from their shimmer range rather than the PearlColors, but it feels really lumpy. Let's have a look what it looks like on the paper. Yeah, I think this is one of the shimmer colours that they do. And I'm just painting out all of those little lumps that I've picked up on the brush. But as for the actual colour itself, you can feel it's a lot grainier than the other colours. It's not as smooth, and I think that that is the high amount of glitter or mica that this particular colour has in it. With it being Stardust, it's not really got any pigment, it's just glitter. Just beautiful sparkle. But we'll see again when it's dry what it looks like. Hi Ursula, hi Marion. Sorry, I don't know that one. Alexa's just gone off. It must have it must have thought Marion sounds like Alexa. I'm sorry to hear that, Suze, but very well done to your son. That's amazing. 2 A's. That is incredible. Okay, so that is the Stardust, and that completes the custom palette that I made up. Can you see with this mermaid, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but all of the water that's settling in is actually pink, and then around it it's green. Just beautiful, beautiful colour. So we'll move on to the golds that I got. Corinne, they are very easy to use. There's different ways you can use them. So as I say, you can add a ton of water and it can be a very thin wash. You know, so say if you've coloured something in a colouring book and you don't want to go over it with too much colour because obviously you've done your colour work, but you want it to have a shimmer, you can water them down loads and just have a bit of a layer, a bit of a wash on top. Or you can use the very slightest amount of water, let that settle into the paint for a few minutes just to sort of settle in, and then it's really rich and thick and opaque. So there's different ways you can use them. Now this here was a little sampler that I got sent for free. This is the golden orange, and I already have that in my other palette, but it's nice to get a little freebie. And this is the gold one that is made up itself by Finitech, so I haven't sort of made this palette up myself. This is a standard one that gets sent to you. So first of all we have the Tibet Gold. I'm going to write that down. Now I wanted lots of different golds and silvers to do all the different metallics that you might find, say in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, when you're in the Magpie's Nest. He's got loads of different shiny stuff, and there's a lot of things like trophies and jewellery and things in that book. So basically that's why I've bought a set of golds, so I've got a different range of golds to use. Also, just check out the awful wobbly lines on this sketchbook. I don't know what happened there. My son's run off with my ruler, so I was making do with the edge of a book. No, I wouldn't say you need a steady hand, Corinne. As long as you get like a really quite small, thin, tapered brush, you'll be fine. You'll be fine to do it in little areas. Just be as steady as you can, I suppose, and use a fine brush. Hi, Sharon. I'm not sure about the H2Os. I've never actually used them, so I can't say. But I would like to look into those. Right, so we're going with the Tibet Gold first of all. I'm going to put a little drop of water on these as I did before, because you do need to give them a little bit of time. Have I got any water left in this brush? You do need to give them a little bit of time to settle in. I might have to go and get some more water in my brush, guys. Let's just check my other aqua brushes. Even my spray's run out. I've got another spray. No. Right, give me a sec. I'm just going to go and fill my brush up with water again. Okay, I'm back. Hi Deb from Tennessee, woohoo! Been to Tennessee, love it there. Well, I've only been once when I was a kid, but I love it. All right, okay, so these H2Os are very similar then, are they? Right, so I'm just dropping some water on each colour so that we've got it ready to use. So this Tibet Gold. Now I've only ever had one gold from the Coliro range, and that is my absolute favourite Coliro colour ever, which is the Arabic Gold. It's stunning. So I'm really excited to see how these other golds sort of stand up next to the Arabic Gold and the differences in them. So here we go with the Tibet Gold. Beautiful. Beautiful colour. Hi Chica. Yeah, I went to Memphis. I think I might have spoke about this in another live video, so I won't go into it in case I bore you all again, but I went to Graceland when I think I was 14, because I'm a big Elvis fan, so that was amazing. That was a trip of a lifetime. So there's the Tibet Gold. Now we're moving on to the Inca Gold. So Incas, they were like a tribe of people or whatever in the old time. You know what I'm like with my history and geography. I didn't do well, but I know that Inca is from a long time ago, and I guess that this is a kind of gold that they maybe use. I don't even know. I don't know why it's called Inca Gold. Maybe it just is. Okay, so Inca Gold. So this is a lot more orangey than the Tibet Gold, which seems to have more yellow in it. Stunning. I'm really excited to have these different golds. Hang on a minute. My son is trying to FaceTime the iPad and he's only upstairs, he's just messing about. Right, how do I put this on like a do not disturb? No, not that one. That one? I don't know what I'm doing here. Right, so that's Tibet Gold and Inca Gold. Next up we have the Arabic Gold, which I'm really excited about this being included in the palette, because my previous Arabic Gold is it's not doing so good. As you can see, it's running out. Actually, I say it's running out, but there's still a ton of paint left on the edges. So let's just dip into this Arabic Gold, and with me including this on the swatch, we can see how they compare. So even though I know what this one looks like, I still want to compare them all. So beautiful Arabic Gold, absolute favourite. Oh, it's so shimmery, I can't even describe. Beautiful. So I love the stickles, obviously, because they're super glittery. But the good thing about these paints, rather than using the stickles, is that they dry flat and you don't have kind of a bumpy texture on the other side of your page. So you can still get a beautiful shimmery kind of look, you just don't have that bumpy texture. So I would use these paints for everything really, in colouring books mainly, obviously. Yes, move the palette along. Sorry that it's not in view. I've tried to zoom in so as much as I can so we can see the different colours, but it won't zoom in anymore. Okay, so next up is the Gold Pearl. and this is not one that I've tried before, so I'm super excited to see this one as well. The brand that we're using, Deb, is Coliro, C-O-L-I-R-O, and the paints are called PearlColor. So you can type that in. They're a German brand, and they are incredibly sparkly and shiny. So this gold pearl is definitely lighter than the previous golds. It's a lot more subtle, I think. Still beautiful. The mermaid one is amazing, isn't it? Okay, so next up is the moon gold, which looks like nothing I've ever seen. It's very, very light, probably like a champagne gold almost. Yeah, the Arabic gold is amazing, Robin. Honestly, that is my ultimate colour. And again, I will be showing you all of these in the light at the end when they're dry, because that is where they really come to life, underneath direct light. So this moon gold is beautiful. Really light and nice. Like I say, kind of like a champagne gold. Beautiful. And next up we've got a silver. This is the sterling silver. Oh my gosh, good question, little pickle. I would say be light-handed, because I've always been heavy-handed, and I'm just learning now that light-handed is good and layering is good. I would say take your time, probably, because I'm always trying to rush things still now, even to this day. I'm always trying to rush to go on to the next page and the next page and the next page, and I'll probably say just take your time a little bit, and remember that all of the supplies that you use are all different, so they all need a different technique and a different way of using them. So maybe I would have just tried to use pencils the same as pens and get that completely burnished look instantly, very quickly. Whereas now I'd obviously take a lot more time to build up the colour. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's anything else I would really say. I'm pretty happy with my journey and how I've learnt and how I've progressed over the years. So yeah. Suze, you'll have to show us what you are colouring all week next week, because I have so many things on the go right now, it's unreal. Right, so I know that I've done the ocean colours on video before, but do you want me to do them on this video as well? Because obviously I have to fill up my swatch chart anyway, so I'm going to be doing it whether I do it on video or not. So shall I do that? Shall I do these now as well? I think I will. So there obviously is a duplicate with the Arabic gold. And I do have two moss greens as well, because there's a moss green in the ocean palette, but other than that they're all distinct individual colours. Okay guys, right, so I've done the Arabic gold, so I'm going to skip that one and I'm going to go on to the golden orange, the red, the lavender, the peacock blue and the moss green. So let's just get a bit of water on them and let it settle in for a sec. So all these pens and pencils that I've got here, the blues at the top of the screen, they're really limiting my space at the moment, but I am going to be doing an awesome video with those. So watch this space, it's going to be a new series. So let's have a look at this golden orange. Okay, so golden orange. Yes, I'm going to be linking the paints in the description, don't worry guys, I will definitely do that. So this golden orange actually goes super well with all of the different golds, because because it's kind of like a bronze. So that's brilliant. I've got a lot of different colours to play with in terms of the different metallics, bits of jewellery, bits of gold and treasure and things like that. So that is really cool. So I'm just going to label this. So you can actually see now under the direct light already how beautiful these golds look. Okay, so next up we've got the red. And this is where my lines go really wonky, so bear with me. Hi Starbuck. Gorgeous. Hi Caroline. Yes, they are beautiful, aren't they? Oh, so I've put the iPad on Do Not Disturb and yet I'm still getting FaceTime requests. Guess what? My pen's run out of water again. I'm going to go and get a cup of water and we'll do it that way. Okay. So I've got some water. We're going to do it this way so that we don't run out. I think I can still use my aqua brush though. Okay. So next up we have the lavender. Can we see this on camera? Yep. So this, as I say, is a very light purple, a lot more subtle than the deep purple that we saw earlier. Things that I don't like to colour are mandalas, abstract images, geometrical images, anything sort of very digital and computerised. I do love to colour hand-drawn art and kind of very whimsical, very unique illustrations rather than geometrical things. So I know that a lot of people love colouring patterns and mandalas, but it's just not my thing. But I tell you what though, if I'm having a particularly sort of panicky, don't feel very well day, anxious, you know, that is the time when I crack out the mandalas, because I find that just having to fill in the spaces without worrying about, oh, trees have got to be 3 different shades of green and blah, 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 I can just block colour a mandala, and that really helps when I just want to distract my brain. So that's the only time when I'll colour them. Hi Olga, just looking through the comments. Okay, so let me just label that. So that's the lavender. I might actually skip those 2 bottom lines because they look just super wobbly. Okay, so now we have the peacock blue. And let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's difficult actually when you're looking in the different types of light, because obviously I've got an overhead light, but it doesn't catch every single paint swatch. So just wait till the end, and as soon as I get them under the light, you'll be able to see that lavender. It's quite nice, but it is a very subtle colour. It's definitely not hugely bright or vibrant. So okay, yeah. So it must be a thing, Caroline, where when you've got anxiety or you've got a panic attack, you definitely go back to basics. It's like your brain is sort of stripped back. So the only thing you can think about and focus on is how you're feeling in that moment, and you just want to escape it. Really why. Mandalas and things that just need block colouring and they've got no thought process whatsoever probably help the most in those situations. So next we've got the moss green. Starbuck, I'm using Coliro Fine Tech PearlColors. They're the paints that I'm using at the moment. Okay, so moss green. So, who was it that said they've got the whole lot? Is it Low? Low, how many paints are there altogether to collect in this brand? Just because I want to have a little cry about the fact that I'm never going to get them all. Okay, moss green. So Robin, there's a few different sets that they actually make up for you, sets of 6, and I believe there's a set of 12 as well. And there's sets like this one here, which is Ocean. There's a candy set. There's other like themed sets that they do, but you can buy them as individual pans. They come like this, and you just pop them into the box. So you can create your own palettes. You can sort of control how much money you're spending per time, rather than buying the big sets, but it's totally up to you how you want to do it. Right, so we've done that palette. Now we move on to the very last one, which is the Ocean Colours. Now, as I said, I did do this in a previous video, these Ocean Colours, because these were bought from my Amazon wish list by one of you beautiful, gorgeous followers, and I am forever appreciative. And yes, but I'm going to be doing this again today because obviously I'm filling in this whole book in my swatch book, this whole page in my swatch book, so I want all of the colours all in one place. So I'm just adding some water, let that settle in. Yes, you buy them in singles, they come in little plastic baggies. And you can buy the actual tin of 6 or 12, just the plastic set, the plastic tin, for about £2.50, something like that. So you can make your own palettes. So first up, we've got Blue Pearl. Sorry for my awful writing, by the way, but this book, it's just a sketchbook of all of my different colours and all of my different supplies, so I'm not very neat with it. So, Blue Pearl, let's get this on screen. There we go. Hi Mamina, hi Nia. Yeah, I think they are in the US. I will put all the links below that I can find. So this is the Blue Pearl. And you probably won't be able to see this on camera just yet because it is super, super light. It's almost transparent. Then we have the green pearl. So we've got blue pearl, green pearl. And again, this is another really, really light one. So green pearl. Really, really light. This would make a really nice top layer over any colouring that you've done, for instance, mermaid tails, shells, seashells, scales, things like that. Next we've got the blue silver. Oh, that's great, Deb, thanks for searching that. So everybody can get their hands on these paints, which is wonderful. Okay, so blue silver, I've got to write that previous one in, haven't I? So green pearl. And here is the blue silver. this is the perfect marine palette for all of those books like Lost Ocean, you know, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, Mermaids, the Misfits books, Selena Fenwick, you know, anything that's got those beautiful mermaids, sea creatures, underwater scenes. So this is Blue Silver. And then next up we've got the Blue Green. Get this back on camera so that you can see. So Blue Green. Definitely a lot more green in this one, I feel, than blue. But it could be a whole different story when I see it in the actual light. I know you guys might be able to see it properly in the light at the moment, but the way that the angle that I'm sat, it's a little bit dull at the moment. Okay, is there something going on in the comments? Sorry, I've just been looking. Thank you, Robin, for modding for me, by the way. Really appreciate that. So Blue Green, that's a really nice colour actually. Okay, you know what? Anybody can talk about anything in the comments for me. I don't mind. You're all chatting between yourselves, and that's brilliant. I honestly don't mind. So don't worry about that. No one's going to get kicked off unless they're really trolling or being horrible, which is rare, so. Okay, Leonard, I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding. I don't really know what happened because I've not been gone up the comments yet, but I know that Robin would not just block you for it for no reason, so it must have been a misunderstanding or whatever. So just please keep watching if you like what I'm doing, and let's all be friends. I absolutely hate confrontation, can you tell? Okay, so here we are. This is really thick. Oh, we've already done the moss green, haven't we? I forgot about that. Oh well, we've got it twice now. See, this is how I get distracted by things going on in the comments, and I've done the same colour twice, but it's okay. So moss green again. And then finally, we have Midnight Blue. Oh, thank you, Caroline. It actually keeps me sane doing these videos as well. So you lot are helping me just as much as, if not more, than I'm helping you. Because every single comment that I get on these YouTube videos, I read and I give a little heart. And sometimes I reply if needed. And I love it. I check for comments several times a day. It really does lift me up to hear from everybody. So Midnight Blue. Another beautiful, very opaque, very vibrant colour, this one, very deep. Hi Joy! Okay, so I've swatched out every single colour in my 4 sets of PearlColors. We've had the ocean, we've had the original set of 6, the random set that I got sent for review originally. We've got the gold set that I ordered, that just come through today. And we also have the beautiful custom palette that I made myself, which is the Fiji, the Unicorn, the Mermaid, the Deep Purple, the Rose Gold, and the Stardust. Okay, so a few of these colours that we've just finished are still drying, but the other ones are all dry now. They don't take long to dry at all. Obviously, the more water you use, the thicker the paint, they're going to take longer to dry. Yes, it just froze then for a second because I had a battery warning on my phone. Hope you can all see it again now. So let's try and have a look at a few of these underneath the light. So obviously we've got a few that's wet still, but let's bring this up. So let me stand up so I can see properly. So this is the beautiful Fiji, Unicorn and Mermaid. The Fiji is, it's like a parrot green. It's beautiful exotic colour, one of my favourite colours. The Unicorn looks pink when you take it out of the light, and when you put it into the light it goes a beautiful light gold. The Mermaid again looks pink, not under the light. You put it in and it turns green. Gorgeous. The deep purple is pretty much the same however you look at it, but it is a nice shiny rich purple. The rose gold, as you'd imagine, a lovely thick opaque rose gold, and the stardust is just incredibly sparkly. The gold is lighter than the others, I think, and then the moon gold is one of my new favourites. So that is a champagne gold, very, very light gold. And the sterling silver is beautiful. Claire Holloway, another YouTuber, actually used this sterling silver colour to colour a mirror in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, which was a great idea. We then have the golden orange, the red and the lavender. And now you can see, Robin, the lavender is actually a really nice pale purple. It just looks a bit, they all look a bit weird when they're not under the light. They all look quite streaky. But as soon as you put them under direct light, you can see that they are very opaque and gorgeous. Now the next one, let's get this right, is the peacock blue. So I would say that that's not one of my favourites. It doesn't lay down as thickly and as opaquely as the others for some reason. Maybe I need to build the colour a little bit. Then we've got the beautiful moss green. And the blue pearl and the green pearl are those ones that I said were quite transparent. And you can just see under the light that there is a shimmer of blue and green to them. But when they're not under the light, the blue pearl looks kind of orangey, kind of peachy. And the green pearl actually looks pinky. So they do change colour under the light. Now the blue silver, again, looks quite dark when it's not in the light. And as soon as you put it in, it is that kind of slate colour, slate silver. Another great one actually for the metallics. The blue-green hasn't dried yet, but hopefully you can see it does look a lot greener under the light than it does when it's not, bluer under the light. And then when it's not in the light, it looks a lot greener. Moss green again, and then that midnight blue. So I do like the midnight blue much better than the peacock blue. Seems to show up and it's a lot thicker as well. So what do you think, guys? Just look at this beautiful swatch of paint. These are incredible. If you like them, give me a thumbs up. If you don't do anything. All right, so my battery is going to die pretty soon, and we've managed to swatch out all of the different colours of the pearl colours that I've got. I am desperate to get more of these. They are stunning, stunning, stunning. And because you don't need a lot of water to get a really nice thick effect, you can use them in most colouring books without damaging anything on the other side of the page. And that's always a bonus, isn't it? So yes, I'm going to nip off now and get on with my other video once my phone's charged a little bit. I'm doing a brand new video series for the channel, and just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, if you haven't seen it already earlier in the video, all of these blues that I have here are going to be used in the video, and I've swatched them all out ready. All different brands, all different kinds of media, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so thank you so much everybody for watching. No, it doesn't have to be watercolour paper, don't worry about that. yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate everybody that comes on and watches my streams. I always think that it's going to be a case of about 3 people just nip on and that's it. So I'm always really, really pleased and surprised and excited when all of you come on. And I absolutely love talking to you all. So until next time, I will see you very, very soon. Bye!